Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster Perfect Stats Guide. We are going to take care of Cyan's dream finally in this one. I saved this one and I typically end up doing this one towards the end nowadays. The reason for that is there actually is a lot of missable stuff in Cyan's dream, and so, generally, I think what usually ends up happening is I don't want to sit down and do the work to figure out what I need to get here, and so again, it ends up being a procrastination issue where I just put it off and put it off and put it off until the end, and then and then it finally comes where it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll figure out what I need. So unfortunately. I did my original pass through here. I think I did a pretty good job of discussing the different things that needed to be grabbed here as far as like formations and stuff. And this time around I wasn't I didn't do that so much just because so much of the stuff here in the world of Ruin isn't missable. And so, I just haven't really put that much work into discussing the formations and stuff, which I guess I kind of regret. But again, this stuff isn't missable, and I don't know. It's not really something that you need to worry that much about. But here also, so I'm not going to end up getting into any of the random encounters here. I left them Molulu Charm on the entire time, just so that I could kind of get this done. But again, I guess just keep in mind that there are going to be some formations and enemies here specifically in the dream sequence that you will want to grab. There's also, though, some overlap between some of the enemies here and in the ancient castle. So I guess just keep that in mind if you are kind of looking to get the monsters added to the Veld. I would say good idea to consult some lists, but I know there's like the Pandora enemy, I believe it is, and there's a were dragon in here. I think that's like, and also the different dream areas, I guess, are kind of separate too. So like, some of the enemies that are found here within these first initial like screens, you won't find later on in like the train part of the dream. So just keep that in mind too. I think the first time I ever played the game, I didn't really realize that, there were missable enemies here. And so I did the same thing that I always do and, left the Molulu Charm on Mog. And then, lo and behold, later on, I realized that, oh, okay, well, now I can't get any of these monsters anymore, right? Because there's no way to get back here. But in here, like after we fight the three Dream Stooges here, this first door is kind of like a point of no return, right? So, once you progress through that door, you won't be able to return to these initial areas. Anyway, so for the Dream Stooge fight here, so the one on the top is vulnerable to sleep. The one on the bottom left is vulnerable to death, and then the one on the bottom right is vulnerable to Berserk. I don't know how important that is, especially this time. I guess when I passed through, I had already done all of my leveling, and so I think I just blasted these guys with Ultima a couple of times and kind of called it a day. But I mean, these guys are really easy. The important thing really is to just get that guy in the bottom left killed off immediately, because I believe if you kill the other guys first, he'll like run away and then he'll come back and revive them or something crazy like that. So just to, again, make sure that you kill him off first. And then here we're moving on to the dream car or dream train part of it, or doom train part of the dream. Yeah. Phantom train. Jeez. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, having some issues here with remembering the names on this stuff. Not good, folks. But there we have the the part where it's kind of reminiscent of the original, pass through the Phantom Train at the beginning of the game, where we're evading the ghosts, and so I guess Sabin at the time ran across the top of the train and was jumping from car to car, and then they kind of fall through whatever, the roof, I guess, kind of on one of these. So very similar to that. Here, the first time that I came through here, I had problems with that switch where I couldn't actually activate it, and I don't know why that happened. But this time around, I just had no problems at all, and so, I just flipped that and kept going. But you get the Genji glove in the one, and then there's the flame shield in the other. Honestly, at this point, pretty lame rewards, and honestly, there's nothing really impressive here on the Phantom Train. Actually, I don't think any of this stuff is, like I guess not obtainable in other ways. So, even though there's no way to get back here, it's maybe not the end of the world if you don't grab everything, because, again, you can get all of this stuff in other ways. But, yeah, there, of course, I blocked myself off. Whoopsies. And come up here, hit this switch again, go back. Yeah, just kind of a fun little switch puzzle, I guess. And then here, the treasure chest, you need to, the close, the one on the top right, and then the bottom two on the left and center. And here's just a save point. There's no real reason to bother with that. And then we can just head right into the engine, flip the switch on the left, and when you go out the door, boom, you're done with that area as well. Here, there are a couple of, again, missable enemies in this area. I had mentioned this too in the original video that I did for this area, but I questioned if Terra and Celeste have different abilities when they're in the Magitek suit. And Terra does. Terra has her abilities from the beginning of the game, and she does have Banisher. And I just tried it on the IO enemy, and it actually worked. So it just, it completely takes him out of battle. So, I don't know. I guess maybe sort of a rationale for bringing Terra. I don't know. But Celeste didn't. Celeste had the same abilities as everybody else, so that was a little disappointing. But yeah, interesting, attention to detail there with, making sure that Terra had the same abilities from the beginning of the game. But, all right, so we are out of the Phantom Train and out of the cave, and at this point here we have some interaction with Elaine and Owen, who kind of plead with us to save Cyan, which I still love it. I still love that, Cyan, you can take him to speak with Lola, and he says, we can't be living in the past anymore. We need to look to the future. And then it turns out that, nope, that is completely BS. And he is absolutely doing that. And, still racked with guilt over the events that happened in the past. And, I don't know. I thought that was, the funny thing is I've just never thought about that until, recently. And then, this passed through, I was like, hey, wait a minute. No, he still has the whole dream thing to do. So, I don't know. I guess I was going to say even maybe like it would make a little bit of sense if you initially recruit Cyan and then do his dream and then go back and speak with Lola. At least that would kind of make sense, but he's even saying very similar things to when we actually recruit him. He's like, I realize now I've been living in the past, and it's like, well, yep, and, you still are. But, all right, yeah, so here there's a couple of little scenes here between Cyan and his son. Here he's, praising his son for, making progress. Obviously teaching him, swordsmanship. And then here they're fishing. And I love this, the typical kid, right, where, this is boring. And then, he's like, this is an important part of your training. And the kid's like, oh, I love fishing. So that was always cute. But all right, and then the next scene, I believe there's only 3 here, is up here in Cyan's room. Yeah, and now I wish I would have checked up on the the ramparts of the castle just to check if there was anything up there, but no, I can't remember. Here, yeah, Cyan apparently not real great about expressing his feelings to his wife here. And she finally breaks him down. love me thee more than anything. And I love that the kid is hiding in the bed too and pops out and starts laughing. I love thee. Dad loves mom. Jeez. All right, pretty cute stuff. But now, yeah, at this point we can head on into the throne room where, and yeah, probably not a bad idea to save here. And here is Wrexsoul. Too late. The man can't escape me. He's overcome by despair at his own powerlessness. I like that. I mean, the obvious Wrexsoul, right? He's like this being is literally wrecking Cyan's soul. That was pretty cute. Is this one of your bodies? Perhaps I'll return once you've expired. I like that his hint there too about you know what he's doing here. So he possesses, you know, one of our characters. I typically like to use the break spell, and then just use Asuna. You can also just, you know, I don't know, use like a death spell, but I don't know, I would rather just use break. I think also when you use break, you keep your buffs, if I'm remembering correctly. So I just think that's a little bit of a better option than, you know, killing your character with like a death spell. But yeah, that'll make him pop back up. Here I decided to steal. There isn't that much reason for that. He has a memento ring, which I don't know. I guess I always thought was at least kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it's supposed to mean anything, but you know the memento rings are only equipable by Shadow and Realm. Realm comes with one initially equipped, and then Shadow you can get the one for him in Themasia up in Realms. I think that's Realms room right upstairs. And you know it's a hint as to the relationship between, or one of the, I should say, one of the hints regarding the relationship between Realm and Shadow, and then obviously Realm's mother. But you know, again, I don't know if this was supposed to be, you know, if it was supposed to mean anything, being that Wrexsoul has one of them. Like, I mean, I don't know, what is Wrexsoul tormenting, or what is it? What does he say? He's part of a bunch of different souls combined or something like that. Like, is this supposed to be, or did he like absorb Realm's mother's soul or something too? I don't know, but you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into that. But regardless, here I also, so one of the things that I did here was, so eventually he possessed Mog, and I just left Mog stone because. I just, you know, I'm trying to steal, and so I figured, well, if I just leave Mog, you know, turned to stone, he's not doing anything in battle anyway. And here Wrexsoul like hits Mog with Thundaga like 3 or 4 times. So just, you know, completely wastes, you know, time and spells on casting on it. Now, you know, and I mean I had Thunder Shields equipped anyway, so it didn't really matter, but yeah, anyway, so at this point now he does possess somebody else, and I just thought, okay, well now we've got a 50-50 chance of figuring out where he's at, right? So I think here I hit Gogo, and of course I think that failed, or he hadn't possessed Gogo, which I like this kind of like weird little bug thing here too, where if you cast break on yourself, your character steps up into the front, and then you get turned to stone right there, and so they remained there. I don't know if that's, I mean, I just think it's kind of funny, but yeah, anyways, all right, so there he did actually possess Locke there, and so now like both of these two have inched a little bit closer. But yeah, anyways, like I said, so now, you know, 50-50 chance at least of figuring out where or who's being possessed. But here's the other thing. I think what happened here, and it happens very, very soon, I think Wrexsoul tried to possess Mog again. And since he was, you know, still turned to stone, it just, like, failed. And so he just popped back, you know, back there. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny, but I think there's something. I think that there's a bug right now. I think that's what's going on. I think that there's a bug with petrification. Oh, okay. I guess it wasn't this time. It must be the next time. But anyways, yeah. I think there's a bug right now with petrification. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, he's back. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, a bug with petrification. Jesus. I think, and the reason why I say that is because, if I remember correctly, and maybe I'm just forgetting things or misremembering, but I could have swore that in prior iterations of the game, when you were turned to stone, you would not get experience. And here, right? Oh, okay, no, okay. I guess I was confused there. I thought that was the time that he kind of failed. But anyways. Normally when you turn to stone, you don't get experience and AP and stuff at the end of battle, but here we're getting that right now. And so I think that that's a bug right now. I don't think that they've got that flagged, quite right, which actually provides some interesting options for leveling. And, I'll discuss that in I'm going to do some leveling guides for the characters and kind of like a general leveling guide, at some point as well. And but anyways, what I guess I'm getting at, and here's the time right there. So it failed. So it looked like he tried to possess Mog, but since Mog was already turned to stone, it failed, and it just kicked him back out. So I don't know. I thought that was funny. There's the memento ring steal finally. So I think at this point here, I'm gonna. I think do I bring Mog out, or do I just leave him as is? I might have just left him as a stone statue, but anyways. So what I was saying there with the, and I guess I'll just toss it in here, right, and not be so cryptic about it, but one of the kind of interesting things that you can do when you're leveling is, have one person turn to stone that, for one thing, you could do you could put the alarm earring and the Gale hairpin on that character, and, that's going to reduce it's going to prevent pincer attacks and back attacks, and then it's also going to increase your preemptive strike rate. And since, that character's not going to do anything, you can just turn him to stone. Or you can do like alarm earring on that person and then a growth egg, right, just to help, speed the process up. And then, whatever, give your other character the alarm earring, blah, 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 whatever. But the reason also why that's so good, though, is because towards the end of the game when I actually go to level, there's certain gear that's just amazing, like the Paladin Shield. And there's only one of the Paladin Shields in the game. And so, in the specific spots that I like to go, they're a little bit more dangerous. And so it's kind of tough to, level there without having the best of the best gear. And so one of the cheesy ways that you can get around that is by having that one character turn to stone. And you don't have to worry about them dying, right? Because they're already turned to stone and they can't just die. And yet they still get experience. So again, I think that that's a little bit of a bug, but anyways, all right. So we've got Wrexsoul down there. He is weak against ice, and so I just hit him with a couple of Blizzagas, and called it a day. But here, so we have cleansed Cyan's soul of Wrexsoul. It sounds so funny. And then here his wife and child, now kind of reassure him that no, he really is. Cyan is a fantastic dude, and yeah, he was very honorable, obviously, and this kind of also reminded me a little bit of Chrono Trigger in that I think these two kind of come together to make the Masamune, I think. Or hopefully I don't have that wrong, and it's like the wrong sword. But yeah, I think that's the one that they make here, or leave him, or I guess however you want to say that. But yeah, so that's, and the funny thing is it doesn't really tell you that you've got this sword, but it does appear in your inventory. So yeah, here she says we'll always be at your side, which I thought was, that's pretty cute. And then the Magitek that's left behind on the throne room is the Alexander Magitek. So we'll grab that, and that'll be here in the real world. Now, I I could have swore I read someone saying that they, I don't know if they like left and then when they came back it wasn't there or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure if that was what happened there. But either way, you know, go grab the Magitek right away. Don't walk out. But yeah, I think it's the Masamune that appears in the inventory. Which again, if that is the case, then, and I'm not just crazy, that's a pretty cool, I don't know, reference or whatever to Chrono Trigger. But, or yeah, something kind of common, I suppose, or in common with Chrono Trigger. Anyways, geez, I'm out of time. I gotta get going before my brain completely melts. So as always, hope the guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.